I'm trying to get this stupid YouTube thing to work, so we'll see. I'm trying. Yes, it went. Hi, welcome everybody. What a relief. How is everybody doing this evening? Are you ready to play with some fabric and the things? I am so excited. Awesome. It went, it's live, we're going. Ames, Doodle, you found your kit. I'm so excited. I kind of started working on mine a little bit. So I'm going to grab another one. Gifted Gypsy, thank you for the raid, my love. How are you? If you are watching this from YouTube, you can click on the link in the top right-hand corner and come join us on Whatnot. I'm streaming live on here. So if you want to see the chat and everything that is going on, excuse me, click on that link and come join us. But I'm excited that this made it over to YouTube, so those that purchase this kit can come go back and watch it. So this is a beautiful thing. Yes. What we are going to do this evening is start working on a needle book. And what prompted this is we were all getting words are hard sometimes. We were all getting slow stitch kits, and I found that I kept losing my needles. And I had gone to Joann's, this is how long ago it was, and they had some needle kits that you could purchase. So I purchased one, and it was very generic, very annoying. And so I'm like, I can make my own, and I can make it pretty. And I don't want this bland, boring thing that we've got going on. So I created a kit so we can put our needles in them and keep everything all in one place. So, hi Wendy, how are you, love? I'm going to go back through everybody that's here in just a second. I'm grabbing the beginnings of another kit, which I think I don't have that many kits left, my friends. So we'll see how this goes for us. Yikes. I thought I had a full nother kit in here and I do not. So it's going to be kind of a figure it out situation. I changed us over to the handmade market because Alice wanted to bring her lovely people to us. So I just changed the thumbnail in order to do that. And here we are. I think I want a darker one. I don't know. We'll see. So in your kits, you're going to have some fabric for your main page. You're going to have a second piece of fabric. You're going to have felt for a page. And you should have felt for your backing. I'm throwing this together hodgepodge. So what I'm grabbing is probably not going to look like what you have in your kits. But I wanted to just have the basics, and we're going to get started on this. How you decorate yours is completely up to you. It's kind of one of those situations where once you get the basics of what we're doing down, you can change it and you can do whatever you want to do with it. I have made a couple of different ones, and not a single one of them is really completed because, that's what I wanted to show you. Because, all the things, and I keep changing my mind over what I want to do with them. So if you want to play along, the one thing that I could say at this point is grab a piece of fabric, a piece of felt, a needle, and some matching embroidery thread. If you have those items, you can play along with us. And then whatever else you grab along the way, you can decorate it, you can do whatever, and we'll go from there. I have, as you all know, a plethora of embellishments. You probably have some buttons, maybe some lace. I'm not real sure what all you have because everybody grabbed different kits. So I want to show you what prompted all of this. There's a whole lot, Tim. I found this book at Joann's. It's green, it has embroidered flowers, it has a snap, and it has these pages in it. And although it's functionable, it's very boring. So I decided to make my own needle book. And I grabbed some fabric and I just started playing with it. I sewed in some ribbon to close it. I went into the center. I sewed some pages in so I could keep needles, clips, extra embroidery, all of these things. And then I started decorating it. I cut out some different laces. I put on some trims. You can decorate yours however you want. The basics that I want you to get is that we are going to do a cover. Your cover does not have to have felt here. You should have an extra piece of fabric if you want to do that. I also, if I can get this mess out of the way, put an extra piece here to make a pocket to hold scissors. It does not work very well. So um, I'm thinking more of a closed pocket would have been a better idea. But like I said, I'm playing with it. I'm trying to find different things that I want to do with mine. It's ever evolving. And I currently have 3 going. So I'm sure that even after tonight, I'm going to land on something different. This particular one, I just cut a butterfly out of some fabric and I just did like a straight blanket stitch around it to put it on. It's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. I didn't like this edge here, so I did a couple of different stitches and created a flower. Back here, I have this trim. I liked the way these colors all went with this in here. I was just playing with different stitches is really what happened here. You can see I still haven't finished putting this down, which I will do one day, but today's not that day. So, I started working on my kit. I don't know, excuse me, how many are playing along? That's my first question. This is actually one of the kits. Karen, awesome. So, Karen, Do you know how to do the blanket stitch? This was one of the kits, you think. Okay, I started working on it. I took my fabric that came in my kit and I put felt on the back. So I'm going to just kind of talk this through and then I'm going to start doing our thing. These are all larger, the kit. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. Get off of me. These are all larger than the actual book because I wanted you to be able to cut it down. Or if you wanted to do one of those pockets, have a little bit of fabric to flip up to create a pocket. So if you just want everything the same size, you're going to have to cut it down from your kit. I wanted to give you options, but I didn't want to totally overwhelm. Does that make sense? The So the first thing you want to do is grab your main fabric, and I did these pieces, I want to say 11 by 6. So my book itself is going to be 10 by 5. I wanted to give you a little extra room to play with. Hi, Tamika. How are you? What a successful day, right? Um, the handmade market is, you're being a something on the wall. Ames, I have old lady eyesight, and I am not even going to tell you what that looks like to me. I need to get it closer because, girlfriend. Okay, we're just going to go with it. A fly on the wall. Thank you. Do you know what it looks like to me? We don't want to go there. Looks like curtains. Okay, it's curtains. Beautiful. You're going to start with this. You can grab a piece of felt and put it on here. You can grab a piece of fabric and put it on here. It honestly is completely up to you what you want to do. If you want a poofier cover and back to do embroidery on, I would suggest throwing a piece of felt on there. It's all personal preference at this point. And I gave you pretty much a starting point. I think we're just going to go with this. It's not going to be the right size, but we're going to go with it. I gave you a starting point. Now, one of the things with embroidery floss, I know this is crazy, they are literally designed to grab this piece that is sticking out and pull from it so it doesn't get tangled. I know your initial instinct is to yank these off and deal with it that way, but they're designed to just easily pull and not, I'm not going to, it look like balls, guys. So they're designed to do this. I don't know if you're aware, if you've done, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I've been marketing with people since like 9 a.m. We have a lot of amazing handmade creators in our community. Okay. They are just amazing. There's new people, there's old people, there's OGs. We have people in our market that have been on the app for 3, 4 years. And it is really good to see all of those people coming together, supporting each other, supporting the new people. Yes, I'm struggling with this. What in the world? I get rid of the glasses. Maybe we're only going to do a few strands. We'll see how many we can get through here. Huh? And then, what is with, oh, because this stupid hole in this needle is clogged. It's gonna be one of those days, I see. Let's get a different needle. So I like to start out with like about a yard of thread. Some vintage category sellers. Yes. It's really funny. My inbox has been like insane this week. I love you, Tamika, so much. I've gotten messages from people from so many different categories. People saying, "Oh, I do handmade. I didn't know I could sell it on here. Am I allowed to join? Because I don't sell in the handmade community." It's actually in my bead room. I was taking notes and we had over 30 shows scheduled today. So, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, it was awesome. So, yeah, really? I've I got it. I literally got a notebook for the market just so I could keep track of everything. People asking me questions, things that need to be addressed, the people that scheduled shows, the people what they were doing, the ones that I could get to, and just kind of wanted to see how things went and what changes needed to be done. You know what I mean? What did I see today that could have gone better? What did I see today in people's shows that were like, oh, well, if this person would have paid attention to chat, they probably would have had more sales. And yes, Tamika, I'm probably going to do a seller support show just for that. Creative Chris, welcome. Thank you for bringing your people. I hope you had a fabulous show. Um, we raided into you earlier today when I did my jewelry show, and you were making some jewelry pieces. It's very good to see people participating in the handmade market, especially ones that have even newer people. There was one person that was in Custom Wood Burnings chat earlier today and was so excited. They actually did their first show ever on Whatnot in this market today. So it was a good day. All right, so we're going to start this blanket stitch. So because we're using two pieces, I am going to start a little bit over because when I get around to this end, I need the same distance from both sides. So I'm going to go up through the middle so I can hide my thread. I know, right? And she did such a good job. I was so much proud there. You can tie a knot if you want to. Because I'm watching chat and not paying attention, I'm going to tie a knot just in case because I would be very upset if I pulled this through. You obviously don't have to tie a knot. You can just hide the thread and keep going. Completely up to you. So we're going to go through here. I have this fairly even. I have a little bit of wiggle room here. I'm going to go from the back and I'm going to space my stitches. She starts with the first one. I'm going to space my stitches about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to go up through, and I want to pull this up so you can see. So what I want to do is I want my thread to go through the loop, because what I want to do, nope, not for the beginning stitch, reverse, back up, don't do that. Oh, Tamara. I want my beginning stitch to be straight. I'm okay. And then I will catch this side when I come around. So I'm going to go here once I get it started. Same distance. And I really want my needle to go through that loop. So I'm going to pull this up. It's going to start off with just a bang, aren't we? I don't stitch on camera, my friends. So I want that to go through that loop that I just made. And what it's going to do, oh my God, it just did it wrong. Doing it backwards, guys. I'm teaching something and I'm teaching it totally backwards, because why would I not? I'm trying to do this right-handed so I don't confuse people. You want your thread to go through the loop. Slow down, Tam. I can't do this right-handed. Karen, are you ready to kill me yet? I do stitching left-handed, and I'm trying to show you how to do it right-handed, and I can't figure it out. I'm not going to lie. It's backwards for me. I go the other way. I go that way. Let me think this through. So I did this. Will it work? So backwards. Forgive me for a moment while I figure out what the heck I'm doing. Nope. Dang it. Karen, can I teach you left-handed? Okay, this is killing me. I cannot. I'm sorry, love. Give me a second. I tried. My brain is too tired. Maybe I should have practiced this right-handed business. I thought if I just reversed everything I did, I'd be fine. Apparently not. So I cut my knot. We're going to pull this all through. And I'm going to do it my way, because I do it the opposite direction of most people, and I didn't want to confuse everybody. And I just confused everybody. So here we are. Ready? I start on the right hand and I go from right to left. I don't know why. That is how my grandmother taught me. And I have since learned that it's left-handed. So, oh no. Apparently you don't just reverse it for right-handedness. Okay, we're going to start over here. So you go up through, again, put it in the corner so you have the same distance between each side. I feel kind of stupid right now. I'm going to go back through this because I want to create stay down, place. I want to create a spot right by there. Okay. So once you've created that first stitch, how you deal with that is you go through that loop and then we're gonna what?
So I'm just watching, but
What are you watching?
I was just watching you.
Oh, watching me mess this up? That's what I'm doing.
But you did say if I wanted to, I could bring you one of these.
And then you're gonna go through the loop. Rob's bringing me dinner. So see how I went through that loop and it carries it over. There's your blanket stitch. I don't know why I can't do it the other direction. It's beyond me. Tamika says hi, babe.
Hi, Tamika.
So you pull it and you go through that loop. And so see how it starts forming that pattern there? You can pull them tight, you can leave them looped, however you want to do it. I like the decorative edge of leaving them looped, but that's just me. So you don't have to pull this twice. Once I go through, I put my needle through, and then I only pull once. Oh, Karen, no. Honey, I'm so sorry. We can revisit this. Obviously, I need practice. Like this.
I like stitching. I'm trying to learn too.
Oh, God. Well, this is left-handed, so you'll just be really happy with it. I recently learned that Grandma taught me how to do this left-handed. Karen, no problem, babe. It went to YouTube, and quite truthfully, I'll video chat with you if you want to when you're feeling better. Will you please text me and let me know that you're okay, though? Pretty please, my friend. So you see how you're creating this stitch all the way around, and you want to make them as even as possible. I'm coming through, I'm putting my needle through the loop so it pulls. And that is how your blanket stitch is created. You can make them as wide apart or as close. Honey, they are no joke. My son gets them. I can't tell you the number of hours spent in the ER with that child. So is that making sense? I'm coming up through the back and I'm going through the loop with my needle. And then when you pull it,
So
you have this blanket stitch.
keep it in your life.
Rob's over here telling me how to sew, you guys.
No, I wasn't. I was going to ask a question.
Ask a question, because if you have it, everybody else does.
I'm just curious. So, like, if you pull the loop like toward you, would it bring that line down here, or would you not want? I don't know.
No, because what it's doing is it's creating the blanket stitch
Oh, so it
to
binds it at the edge.
so to kind of bind your edge.
That's cool. Okay, sorry.
You're fine. This is like old quilting nonsense that Graham taught me. I have the worst needle in the world for this right now. So you pull it up through and you want your needle to go through that loop. And so what it does is it catches it and it pulls that over the top.
Nice. Got it.
Hi, Reba. How are you, love? Welcome in, everybody. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Just trying to figure out the best way to teach you this without confusing the crap out of everyone. And I'm pretty sure that I managed to confuse everybody. I sent Doodle to the hospital with kidney stone. Let's see how. So see how that pulls down there? So what it does is it catches that loop and it pulls it over and it creates a border on whatever it is that you're working on. Hi, Sarah. Sarah Love. Oh, wait, let me have a bite. Rob just brought me amazing food, guys. I gotta have a bite. Dang it. That's a lot. I'm literally live on YouTube and I'm
eating food. Grab a shrimp.
oh my god.
All right. I will eat and then you can eat everything.
Tamika, thank you very much for today. I appreciate you, as does everyone. We will chat soon. Have a good night at work, love. See, I got these all crooked. So you can do one of two things. You can pull the stitch back out and make it straighter if you want to, and that's really easy to do because you're working with the embroidery. I am going to get a different needle. That needle sucks. So, it's so uneven. Looks handmade with love. I think I sent you guys all my good needles with the kits. Hey, look. I have a needle book over here full of good needles. Sarah, are you still here, babe? I wanted to tell you something and I need to talk to you before you do your shipping. Yeah, because I hate separating threads. I'm bad about that. I don't know how you set up your shipping for your show, babe, but I ended up paying shipping 2 or 3 times. So, for some reason it wasn't doing max shipping of $9.21. So yeah, I have 6 strands because I'm lazy like that. Yeah. I mean, in her defense, it was her first show, and I did not think about going through shipping with her. No, they were, she sells vintage ephemera. So it was a conglomeration of papers and books, but everything I purchased should have fit into a flat rate box. So I don't know why it was resetting. So when you do this, make sure your stitches are kind of the same distance apart so you're not redoing. Make sure your loop is straight. Go through your loop and pull it up. There we go. Now we're getting there. Yeah, it's, you know what, honey, it's a learning curve. I didn't think about it. It's easy for me to do shipping most of the time. Because most of the time I'm shipping beads and findings, and I've got that down pat. Shipping junk journaling stuff was a learning curve just because the weights and having the correct boxes. It could be just something as simple as you didn't have something toggled on that you needed toggled on. And I'd be happy to like video chat with you and figure it out. So I'm not worried about it. I wanted the stuff that I wanted, and there was only one book that I didn't get that I was kind of sad about that I didn't win. So we'll be okay. So there we go. We got this rocking and rolling, my friends. So you're literally, excuse me, going to go all the way around and just create this stitch. It looks kind of funny back here. Oh, I wonder. So to do it the other direction, see if I can do this. I can. Look. I can go doing what I'm doing and I'll know what I did wrong last time. So if you're on this side, you go down and through the loop. Oh, looky there, my friends. That's actually easier. So again, same distance, go down through the loop. Pull it over. Like how I just switched gears on you. Welcome to my brain. That's why I was messing up. So the right-handed thing, you have to go through the front. The left-handed, I go through the back. Got you. See, I figured it out. We're all good now. Golden, my friends. So I'm just going to show you the next step because this is going to take a lot of time. I'm going to set this aside and I am going to grab the kit. Bless you, darling. Thank you for an amazing show, and I can't wait to get my box from you. And Tina, it's so hard to change. So hard. So this one I've already done all the way around, and if you have a kit, in your kit you will have different ephemera. You will have, like this particular kit comes with fabric and pages and different strings, and you kind of just want to figure out, what do you want to do with your kit? Do you just want to do something simple like this? What? Oh, Gabby, thank you. Give me a second. I was really just hung up on the handmade market today. I'm sorry. I'm failing miserably in what I'm doing today. So thank you for that. There you go. Give me a minute. It'll be there. I didn't put giveaways in either, did I? Nothing. I fail. Okay. Y'all keep me together, right? Keep me straight, my friends, because whoa. So for we will do this. And 0 to 1. People on YouTube think I'm cray right now. Okay, so you have your book. You've sewn all the way around. However pretty or unpretty it may be, really doesn't matter. You can use a piece of fabric to create a page in here. You can use the felt to create a page. You can pretty much do whatever you want to do. If you want to sew the fabric to, oh God, do I have kits listed? I do have some kits listed. Okay. Lord. Gabby. Tam's brain. Tam's brain is kind of quiet, is just in a crazy place today. So you can use this as your page. And so basically you could sew this together. And how I put pages in, excuse me, I cut everything down except for on this one, I didn't cut this down all the way. I created a pocket. I would choose something a lot stiffer than this piece of fabric that I used to create a pocket, but I sewed some lace on it before I moved it up, and I did the same over here, so it just holds my clips. You can do... Hi, Katie, I saw that. Where were you tagging me to? It looked intriguing. This is literally just like an inch, okay? So I have enough here to flip this up and create a pocket. I could sew more onto it and make it thicker if I wanted to, like I did on this one. But this one I just left short so I could put my sewing clips on it. Totally up to you how you do this. Totally, it's going to depend on what you're using this book for. Are you a seamstress that often just takes your stitching with you, and you want some clips, you want some pins, you want a place to just stick some threads and some needles? It just kind of depends on what you are using this for. In Art Lines, my new friend was talking about trying to get her jelly plate. Oh, jelly plates. I'm going to be doing another jelly plate demo for the Atelier Raid Train. I think that's next Thursday. I believe I have my show as Thursday. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember, honestly. Sunday and Monday is Bailey and I's train. So Sunday I'm going to be selling jewelry. Monday I'm going to be demoing beading. And then the Atelier train, I always do gel printing. So absolutely. Thank you, Katie, for the tag. I appreciate you. So it's just, Do you see what I'm saying here? There's so many options. And I sent you the materials in your kit so you could kind of play with it. And you do what you want to do. You have different colors of embroidery. If you want to, say I wanted to take this yellow and outline my butterfly. Some of the kits, the front is a dragonfly. So maybe I want to do the yellow around the dragonfly. There's a bazillion things you can do with this. I just want you to understand the basics of it and then do with it what you want to do. How I did this to add the pages, I literally fold it in half, in half. So my pages are in half. I come down here and basically where this spine is, I don't have one in here right now, so I had a sewing pencil and I just drew a line down this center, okay? You can do it with an actual pencil because you're going to cover it up with stitches. And again, it does not have to be perfect because you're going to cover it up. This is all you, but it gives me a faint line to follow. So I know where, kind of roughly where I want those stitches to be to stitch in any pages that I'm adding to it. Does that make sense? Bam. Now you can add your pages all at the same time. You can add them individually. It really doesn't matter how you go about doing this. I'm going to lay this on here. And again, you can use sewing clips, you can use pins, you can use whatever you want to do. If you don't have that, you can use a paper clip. I mean, you know, I'm always preaching use what you have. So I'm just going to kind of paper clip that to hold it. And I am not going to cut down my pages just yet. I am, however, Gabby, thank you. It's kind of, in a weird sort of way, part of my brain. If I don't have something to create, I'm not a pleasant person. We were talking about it the other day. I'm the person that when I was a child and sit in church, my gram would always have one of those little notebooks and a pack of crayons and a pencil for me to draw in church. Otherwise, I would get thrown out for misbehavior because, I'd get bored. I was that kid. I was the bad kid. But as long as I could draw, um, I was good to go. And I was quiet and I was mesmerized. And the funny part about it is I could recite every verse spoken about in church as long as I was drawing. We have found, as we get older, that girls were never diagnosed with ADHD and all of that because it wasn't a thing. Your mind's a great place. Okay, so I've got this yellow thread, I'm going to do my seam with yellow. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this so I can hide this knot, okay? I'm going to come down about 2 inches and I'm going to catch just this top fabric. And then I'm going to come out where I actually want to start sewing. And I'm just going to go. And so what I'm doing is I'm pulling this in here. So that end is going to be inside between those two. You can't see it. It's caught between these two pieces here. So then I'm going to go down through all of the layers of fabric. Now, it's only going to take once for you to pull too hard and pull it all the way through. And I'm going to get it through all of my layers. And I'm just pulling until I get right there. If you pull too hard, you're going to pull all that out and you're going to have to start over again. It's a whole situation. It's okay. So I'm just going to follow this line and I'm going to do what is called a back stitch, I think. I'm really bad with the names. So I'm going forward from where I need to be. I'm pulling this up and I'm going through all those layers of all those pages. I have this little stitch here, and then I'm going to go back towards this one, and I'm going to go down through all of them. Is it going to be even and perfect and all the things? No. Nope, it's not. Again, it's pretty much the same distance up through. And you can make these stitches as long or as short as you want. It really doesn't matter. I am totally off of my line. Okay, so I'm just going to go back. So you see what I'm doing here is I'm just attaching these pages. And it's just like these tight, neat little stitches. And if you get lost where you're at, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm veering off this direction, you can go back and you can fold your book in half and go, okay, I'm pretty okay here. It's not going to be horrible. It's not going to be really straight, but it's not going to be horrible. So up, go back towards the other one and down. And we're just going to keep doing that along this whole line. And this inside looks hideous. It's okay. The outside of my book is going to be pretty. Again, coming up. Does anybody have any questions with this? Have I lost everybody? And I'm going to keep doing this. And I'm going to see if Rob will be sweet enough to edit this video for us for YouTube so it's not like 2 hours long to get through just a few stitches. See, once you get going, it feels easier. You make the art cases with colored pencils and a notepad. Gabby, that's amazing. Yeah, see. This is a funny part. My grandma recognized the fact that I needed to have some form, taking in your stash for supplies, Yeah, it's fabric. All you need is fabric and some felt. Um, it's going to be a little off, but I think we'll be okay. I always needed to create. My mother actually was the took on the position of the 4-H leader, um, and did like we always did the 4-H projects, and we did sewing, we did crocheting, we did drawing, we did um, all the things that you do for 4-H as a kid. And I know you younger girls are like, "What the heck are you talking about?" Um, it was a Midwest thing. Um, it was great. Gabby, you're a sewer. You have all this stuff. Heck, I've found enough fabric for you at Goodwill that you should have something for this. Judy, you did 4-H. That's amazing. Katie, I was a volunteer and range leader when Ben was shooting with 4-H and showed cows when I was little. Yeah, we had we had a calf that we had every year that we raised, bottle fed, did the whole thing. Had horses. Katie, I saw the pictures of you with your daddy at his awards ceremony. It was so amazing to see. You look so happy. You were typing that as I said that. I saw the pictures on Facebook. It was so awesome. I was so proud for you. Your your eyes were just so lit up. I did. It was great. I loved it. Um, I love hand stitching, you guys. I also love the ease of my sewing machine. And you could do this with a sewing machine. You don't have to hand stitch these. Um, I keep saying that I'm going to get my, I have a second desk in here, and I keep saying that I'm going to get it cleaned off so I can bring my sewing machine in here and show y'all sewing. But it's currently covered with totes of items to sell. So as soon as I get all that stuff sold and I can get those totes out of here, I can bring in my sewing machine and start showing you guys some sewing stuff. My grandmother was a seamstress. My other grandma. He's literally been doing something involving cattle his whole life, and he totally earned it. I mean, you both looked so happy. It was awesome. He's your hero and your favorite person. That's awesome. That's good to have that, Katie. Are we still going straight, my friends? Kinda. Okay. As long as I can still see that gray line I made and I'm semi close to it, I think I'm okay. If I get too far away, it's going to be wonky. But wonkiness of the handmade is awesome. I'm telling you. So Rob and I are going to go live thrifting tomorrow. I know we didn't get to last week because of the in-person show that Bailey and I did, and I missed it. So we're going to go do that tomorrow. Go live thrifting for some crafty stuff. And then I'm going to, no, Monday's the raid train. Probably Tuesday. I'm going to set up a show to run some of the crafty stuff I have in here. I have so much. Oh, I do have a question for y'all. Does anybody have any coupons from the last quarter? Thanks, Katie. Doing breakfast with Santa, 155. That's awesome. I love that you do that, Judy. Does anyone have coupons from the last quarter that they need to use? Art Lines, Christina, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for bringing all your people. We are making a needle book. and stitching some pages, hand stitching some pages into our needle book. Thank you so very much, y'all. If you are not following Artlines, she has a whole art store, like a whole art store to choose from. We're gonna run a giveaway for Artlines. Welcome in, everybody. Did you have a fabulous show? You always have. Yes, we are making a needle book. I started. I was buying all of Carmen's slow stitch kits, and I was finding that I kept losing all my needles. And I would take my projects on the go, and I was forever losing the needle. So I put together a kit to make your own needle book. And we have been putting it off for a couple of months now. And I'm just like, you know what? We're doing it tonight. So we are actually, I'll show you one that I made already. This is one of the kits. This is another one. You got Wizard of Oz paper dolls. Oh, that's amazing. So this is one that I've almost finished. I have multiples going on at a time because, my brain gets tired. But this one I did, and basically all it is, it's fabric and some felt, and you just create a book with it. I sewed a ribbon in to hold it together, and I also created, this was longer, so I just flipped it up to create a little pocket to put my clips. And then on this side, I sewed on just another piece of fabric, put some lace on it, so I have a pocket to put things in. So they are in my bin. There's some color choices there. And I don't know. There's the butterfly, it's butterfly and dragonfly fabric. So you'll get one or the other in your thing. The other one that we started the blanket stitch on is the blue paisley. And then the third kit that I have available is Uno Momento. I have them all in a tote like a good girl. So don't lose them. The third kit is the pink floral butterflies, and it will come with the pink fabric and the pinks. So I include some laces, some embellishments, basically so I'm going to show you the basics of how to put it together, and you can do with it what you want. You can add stuff from your stash. You can just use the stuff I send you. It's however you want to do it. Halo Art, thank you so very much. Thank you to everyone. It's just fun. It's a way to keep everything kind of contained. You can use it, and here's the thing with this is once you learn how to do this, I'm going to take this one step further. If you're not into slow stitching and you do art, let's just say you do art, you're not into slow stitching, you can use the same concept for a pencil holder. You can use the same concept for holding your paintbrushes. You just have to make your fabric bigger. Once you've learned how to do the basics of this, the sky's the limit. Okay? Just pointing that out. The sky's the limit. It's just the basic stitches. Um, so this particular stitch that we're doing is just a running back stitch. It's very simple, very easy. Katie, congratulations. You won the giveaway. I will send you some ephemera, my love, because I know what you like. We're going art lines. Wait, I'm confused. What are we voting for? Do I need to vote? Perfect. I will get it shipped out to you. And this is going to YouTube. You can watch me struggle through the first part of it because I was doing it backwards. If you can vote for my baby. Christina, send me a message and where to go. I will absolutely vote for your baby. Our babies are like so important. But you can watch me struggle with the blanket stitch because I was trying to be really slick and do it right-handed, okay? And I couldn't figure it out to save my soul because I have learned that all of the stitching that I learned, I do left-handed. I go in the left-hand direction. It's craziness. I don't do things like normal people do. So I had to really stop and think about it so I could show you how to do this. And then I gave up and just decided to do it the left-handed way. So there's that, right? Well, I hope your baby wins and I will send it to me and I'll have everybody go vote. Whenever you stitch on camera, you make a nut. Girl, I struggled so hard trying to get that stupid thing going. Because when I do the blanket stitch, I go from right to left, like left-handed. And I was trying so hard to show how to go left to right. It just wasn't working out for me. I got frustrated and took the thread out and just did it my way. So I don't even know why I can't do that. But I'm paying attention to where my edge is because I'm going to flip these up for a pocket. So I want to, when I get down to here and start doing those stitches, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this edge up. I should probably start doing it pretty soon. And again, if you don't have the clips, you can use paper clips, you can use binder clips, you can use pretty much anything that's going to hold it, okay? So I'm going to flip this up. You made yourself a slow stitch kit from your stash after doing Carmen's Halloween kit. Yeah, and see, that's the thing is I can do kits for you all day long. Carmen does kits. They're fun. Everybody does it together as a group. But like I said, I was losing needles and it was driving me crazy. So I bought a needle book at Joann's and it's ugly as sin. It's not ugly, it's just boring. I bought this at Joann's and I hate it so much. Yeah, you can't send links on Whatnot. They get really yucky about that. Oh my gosh. Christina, it didn't click in my head what you were talking about. Got you. I already voted for you, sugar. Oh Lord. Yeah, just it's stiff. It's I'm struggling with my words. It's poorly made. Um it does not bring joy to me. Pulling needles out of this book brings absolute joy to me. It's generic. I'm such a ding dong. So I got you. So this makes me very happy. The fact that if I want to, I can go back and add more pages. All I have to do is lay another piece in here and sew a straight stitch. This is actually fibers that I created a flower out of. I just wrapped them in a circle and started stitching until it all stayed. I was playing with stitches. I did some stitching here. I added some trims and lace on the back. I did a chain stitch here just to outline this. So you see this is lace. You can personalize these however you want. You absolutely do not have to buy a kit to do this. You need felt, you need fabric, I know the lace. Um, you need embellishments. This is an old vintage doily that I chopped up. I Yeah, it makes me happy. And here we are. All of these strings that I'm cutting off, I'm gonna throw this out here. All of these strings, these go in a drawer that I have behind me, and I use these strings in snippets. Just saying. I know you guys, it's funny because I've been doing this stuff for so long. I stay in the bead world most of the time. And y'all don't realize how much I actually really do in the art room. But that's my love. You need doilies? Like lace doilies, babe? Or like the one I just showed, the crochet doilies? Girl, you have no idea. I have so many. So this is going to get a little testy because I'm going through like 6 layers. I'm going to do my best not to curse at you. Or in front of you. It's probably not at you, but in front of you. Yeah, it clarified. Do you need paper ones or crocheted? You only have paper? Okay, I can fix you, honey. Oh man, can I fix you? Come on. No, I want you to go right through there. Thank you. Did I catch it all? Yes. As soon as I finish this line of stitching, I'll show you what I mean. I have so many. It's ridiculous. I don't have them listed. But I have a ton of lace doilies and tablecloths and all that stuff. And also, when Rob and I go live thrifting on Saturdays, I find them all the time. When we go live thrifting, we go to Goodwill and we go specifically looking for crafty type items, things that can be used in junk journals, storage containers, that kind of stuff. Why am I struggling so hard to get this where I need it to go? So, I mean, I've got a ton. And usually what happens is if I find them at the Goodwill and people don't claim them, I just go ahead and buy them so I have them here. So, And I mean, since you already paid shipping with your kit, I could run a couple. Your crochet skills. You don't have the patience to crochet your own. My crochet skills seem limited to blankets, scarves, washcloths, basic squares. Hun. Crocheting with crochet thread is like a whole different ball game. I can make blankets, hats, scarves, all of the things. I'm right there with you. Trying to do a crochet doily with that thread, no ma'am. They are so intricate and tiny and no. It's just not in my wheelhouse. Okay. We're almost at the end, my friends. This is going through a lot. But what it's doing is it's securing these pieces up. So whatever I decide to do with them is a good thing, right? And whoa, Vern, over there. There you go. If I decide I don't want it, I can just sew it down later. If I decide that I want to add to it, I can add to it later. Can you guys hear Rob? I'm just asking for a friend. Do I need to chill my husband out? Can you hear him? He's so loud. He's chatting with the kids. I need... No, good. Lord. That's good. Thank you for letting me know that. I can hear their whole conversation. He's in his military storytelling mode. I love him so much. He's so cute. Okay. So we have this all sewn in. So what we're going to do, again, you can hear some of it. Okay. Well, he's not saying anything bad. So remember how we hid this in here, up here? We're going to go through here, and I'm kind of being picky about where I put it and trying really hard not to stab myself. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling it up through this pocket. So I don't have any loose ends. And so it just gives it a finished look here. I can take this clip off because I haven't sewn this down, and I can put a knot in it, and I can grab my beautiful pokey tool that I got from Angel, and I can put it down inside of here, and I can pull this thread down, and it doesn't have to be tight, but it just lives inside of that pocket. It didn't go down very far. Should try that again, my dear. But it's okay. All right. You know he gets to telling his stories. Let's do this better way, Tim. Jeez, oh Pete, woman. Pokey tool. Rob, you are ridiculously loud. Am I being too loud? I'm sorry. I forgot. Sorry, everyone. So put this here, and it pulls it down, and it knots it closer to the inside here. Here we go. He's fine. Yes, but it's progressively getting louder. He's fine right now. But I know my husband, and it's getting progressively louder because he's all excited talking to the kids. Okay, so we have this, we have this. We can cut this down, we can do whatever. So we have blanket stitch around. We've put in some pages. They can be separated, they can be sewn together, you can do embroidery on them. This is just your basic that's going to allow you to do whatever you want to do in here. I can tack this down. Let me throw, this will be much easier. We'll just put a clip on it. So say this is going to be a pocket here. I can cut this off if I want to. I can fold it over. I mean, there's so many possibilities with this, but I want to just give you, so this is kind of what it's going to look like. We have all of this. Now, this is where we can decorate the front. And like I said, you can grab a different color of embroidery floss. Your kits come with a full skein of a main color. And then you will have, if I can find it, you will have one of these little plastic doohickeys with a couple of extra colors to play with. I just used the yellow for this, and I still have plenty of left over. So if I wanted to, I could outline the butterfly here. Um, there's a couple of ways to do that. And like I was saying earlier, if you start your needle in between those two and come out where you want to start, um, you can hide that end in there so you don't have any knots on either side. You just have to make sure with your first couple of stitches that you don't pull it all the way through. Um, I can do just a basic like little whip stitch here to outline my butterfly. I can do, I mean, there's really no rhyme or reason. It's what you want and what you want yours to look like. And the fun part about this, honestly, is you can add to it. It's fabric, it's thread. I can have the whole thing covered if I wanted. I can go back on that one and I can keep working on it. If I feel like I just want to sit down and stitch, if I'm watching shows on whatnot and I need something to do with my hands, but I can't concentrate on a class or something that I have going on, I can grab this and just play with this. You'll notice I'm not going through both. I'm catching underneath between the two layers of fabric right now. So you're only seeing this outside, and it's literally just outlining my butterfly with a few little stitches. Thank you, darling.
Welcome, baby.
I got hot coffee. Excuse me.
Oh, you know what? I hope it's hot. I poured it out of the pot. Okay.
Oh, it's hot.
Good.
Thanks, love. You're the bestest. So, do you see how quickly this is? You just, you don't have to think about it. It's relaxing. You do your thing. Um, I can do large stitches. I can do small stitches. I can sew buttons on. It's just, it's a relaxing thing to do. Thank you for the share. Vintage McKinley. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we can go and do this all day long. I get lost in what I'm doing and I forget to pay attention to chat. So, is anybody sewing with me? Oh yeah, I was going to show you stuffs. Let me grab my glasses and so I can see what I'm doing and see if I can get to those doilies. That is lace. How many doilies do you need, babe? I'm just like pointing out. So I have like, scooch this stuff out of the way. I have like this kind of stuff. I have like this kind of stuff. I have like this kind of stuff. I'm singing to you now. Trying to see what else I have in here. This is a heart one. This is one of the ones with the, I don't know what this stitch is. Which kit did you grab, babe? Just out of curiosity. I didn't look. This one's interesting. Grab the green one. Oh, this one? Okay. So yeah, I have all this fun little stuff. Ooh. What is this? This one's pretty. So you have the green one. So like one of those. Get this out of the way. If anybody else wants me to run any of these, let me know and I would be happy to run them. I'm trying to see. So the green one is the butterfly one, right? The butterfly and the... Are you going to freak out with ivories with the white? This one's white. That one would work. Because see, the kit has like this stuff with it. It has gray lace. Yeah, I prefer the white too. I'll dig some more because this is too light. But this one would work really well because you could literally just cut these out to decorate. Those would look good with that. Let's see what else we have we could throw on here for you. Some white lace maybe. Because with the kit, I put the grays and then this and then the green trim comes in the kit. So if we throw this and some white lace in there, you should be good, I believe. I think it comes with this. Am I in the wrong kit? I think it comes with this one too. You have lace? Okay. So you just need the crochet doilies. Let me see what I have in whites. Most of them... Most of them are not very white, my darling, because, you know, vintage stuff. That's closer. That's not. Let me see if there's more in here. You don't want that. That's junk. Yeah, I just said that. That should work for you. I feel like I'm having flashbacks to Carmen's closet. This is so pretty. What about like this? They're so pretty. I know. Me too. I feel you. What about that? That is so gorgeous. What about these two? Will those two work for you? Oh, look, it's got little hearts embroidered on it. Okay, got it. That's cool. Saves me. This one I'm not, you can't have this, but I have to show this to you because my grandma used to make this stuff. They were the wedding ring ones, and they gifted these to newlyweds. Isn't that amazing? I could like rant on this stuff all day. I'm geeking out on lace, you guys. Yeah. Okay. So I will set that aside for you. Got that. And here we are. It is such a lost art. You know what really I love? This is my craziness. I love going on YouTube and watching tatting videos just because it's just mesmerizing to me. Absolutely mesmerizing. So, anyhow, this is where we're at, my friends. Does anybody have any questions? Do you want me to run anything for you? I have all the artsy things at my disposal. If there's anything in particular you're looking for, I'm more than likely. This is tatting. This is not crocheted. It's yeah, this is the shuttle. Nope. First of all, my arthritis is too bad and my eyes are horrible. But it is one of the things that I really wish I would have learned when I was younger. It's gorgeous. But alas, I did not learn, and my old lady eyes will not cooperate with learning at this point. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of show you this. So I got to this end. I don't want a knot, right? I don't want any knots. I did it to where it doesn't come through here. I was catching the fabric, just the top fabric, so the needle does not go through. But now that I'm at the end of this, I don't want to tie a knot. I don't want my strings to pull loose. So I'm going to keep sewing through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my needle in underneath. I'm not going to go through and catch those. I'm not going to catch this. I'm going to be between these two layers. And I'm going to go maybe like an inch or two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull my string through. It's nice and loose. I'm going to pull this down so I have those little gathers there. I'm going to snip it close to my fabric, and then when I straighten my fabric, that end thread just lands and lives in there forever. Does that make sense? I just wanted to show you a few different ways to start and end. I wanted you to be able to get your blanket stitch around and get your pages put in. And that is what we have accomplished. So there we have it. Does anybody have any questions? Anything you need me to show you? If nobody has questions, we are going to find somebody to raid into. And I'm going to go grab my dinner. Thank you all so very much for joining. Critter's making watercolor. Well, by gosh, let's go see Critter make watercolor. If you guys have never met Critter Chops, by all means, go. We're going to go over there, and it's a good person to follow. Misty, thank you so much for your purchase. I did not even see that. I feel awful. All right, my friends, thank you for your purchases. Thank you so much. Check out your art case in your shop. Hold on. Hold, please. Because, I love pictures. I love a good picture. Hold on. Oh, there, I almost got to it and I got impatient. Art case. That's awesome. That's really awesome. So you made it into a book. That's pretty cool. So give me 1 sec and I'll show you my pencil cases that I made. Art without killing myself. Of course, I can't get to the pencil case. Why would I be able to get to the pencil case? So I've sewn a couple of these because they're really awesome to carry in my art bag whenever we're going to do our thing, whether it's hiking or camping or traveling or whatever we do. I always carry my art stuff with me because, drawing. So this, gosh, I made these years ago. I have a bunch of them. I have one for like my drawing. I have one for my colored pencils. I have one for Poscas, but it just like rolls up. And so I have all the different things, and I made different size pockets. So like I have an eraser, my permanent pens, I have drawing pencils, my Stabilo, facial colors. You get the drift. Charcoals. So regardless of where I'm at, I've got all the things, and it just rolls up. So I went on a. I was tired of trying to find one that I liked, so I just started sewing my own because I got over it. So yeah, I like yours is the way the book part is. That's good. This one contains it, so no matter where I'm at, it doesn't go anywhere. You sold them at a school craft fair, and so absolutely, Gabby. Absolutely. I can imagine. Those are amazing. All right, back to where we were at, my friends. Much love to each and every one of you. We are going to go see Critter Chops. And maybe, is he still on? He is. He makes my favorite watercolors ever. Bookmark my show tomorrow for live crafty thrifting. Sunday for the Artisan Train mashup. Monday for the Artisan Train mashup. And then Tuesday, we're going to be back in the art room. So it's a very busy week. Thank you all for hanging with me. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Send me a message. Thank you for your purchases. Have a blessed rest of your evening. Bye.